in all honesty, I mean, I care, but I don't care because I care that she is now a free agent. Mm-hmm. You feel me? But I don't care because I don't even know who Giveon is, to be honest. When Meg first said that Tori was the one who pulled the trigger and hit her, right? I believed her at first because I'm like, okay, well, I wasn't there.
Yeah. So
she got to be telling the truth, right? But then there was some inconsistencies in her story. Like, they didn't even want to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, that's true.
They just strictly believed her. It's like, believe all women. And we know that that can be dangerous.
Very.
Impact. 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 In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. In fact, my hustle is intact. My muscle tough as the hustle, the numbers is just that. And I'ma keep winning and sit back. I love the feeling of killing them with that. Attacking the process, tackling topics, master synopsis. This the residual impact, yeah.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is your man, Brandon Gio.
And your boy, Jamichael Moore. And we are the Residual Impact Podcast.
Here we inspire others to find the greatness within themselves.
And then apply to their communities.
Yes, sir.
Just like we do.
Welcome back to another episode of the Residual Impact Podcast, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah, we missed y'all.
We definitely did. We had to take a week off.
Yes, so that we do apologize just for the quick hiatus. Just due to unforeseen circumstances. Sometimes you just gotta take a step back and give yourself time to breathe and allow everything that's going on around you to give it time, because that's what we needed right now. We needed time
for real.
So, but we back though.
We are definitely back. We in the building, live and direct.
We ain't going nowhere.
We definitely missed y'all.
Yeah, we ain't going nowhere.
December is almost over.
Yeah.
Meaning 2022 is right around the corner, like literally around the corner. Like I feel like I could walk there. You know what I'm saying?
It is. This is true.
Brother, how was your week? With that being said, man, it's like
this week, man. This week felt a little long. I ain't gonna lie to you. It did feel a little long. Man, it most definitely feel like right now I'm going up an uphill battle. But, one of the things that I learned about is when you're going through stuff, that means that it's time to grow. That means that this is a moment in your life where, hey, all right, you ain't going through it for no reason. There's clearly something that is requiring you to become a better version of yourself. So, hey, that's just the way that I'm looking at it. Been taking it day by day. Some days a little bit easier than others. But, hey, every day that I'm here, I'm grateful. And I'm just trying to be a better person than who I was the day before. And that's it.
I like that, man. And you said something really important.
What's that?
When you're going through things, it's just a sign that it's time to grow. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy that you mentioned that, because this week was also long for me, man. It was just, even though I did take a break from the podcast, but I've been working so much lately. So I needed a break from editing. I needed a break from worrying about uploading content and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. Even though this is something that we aspire to do on a regular basis, it's just I needed time to just kind of like focus on the 9-to-5 grind this week, because Christmas is this week, and I know I don't really celebrate the holiday like that, but some of my family does, so had to get some gifts.
Understandable.
And
understandable.
Pockets ain't on swole at the moment, so I had to make a little bit of extra money at work, because not only did I have to get gifts, but the bills don't stop. I know we touched on this before, but the bills don't stop.
Right.
And usually at the end of the year, like, I have so many bills that happen at once, and they all seem to just like attack me in December. And no matter how much I try to prepare for it, it never seems like I'm super ready. Mm-hmm. So I just can't wait till I get to the point to where it's like I'm at the level in my life where my bills are on autopilot, and I don't even have to look at them. I just know that they're auto drafting from my account. Mm-hmm. And I got so much dough in the account that I'm not even worried about, okay, well, do I have enough to cover this as well after all my bills are said and done? Because I know I'll be straight.
Nah, that's a great feeling. That's what I think. That's what we all should aspire to be at as well.
Of course.
So I feel that, my brother.
So I definitely been cutting coupons and everything like that. And yeah, man. Yeah, I had a reward for one of my favorite pizza restaurants. You know what I'm saying? Which I actually found out there's one in Gwinnett County. I don't have to drive all the way to Atlanta just to eat there anymore.
Really?
Yeah. It's called Blaze Pizza.
Okay.
And there's a good amount of them in Atlanta. I know there's one off of Howell Mill Road. And I think there's one... I can't remember where it is. Over by Cumberland Mall.
Okay.
There's one over by Cumberland Mall. So I know I don't have to drive all the way over there just to get some Blaze Pizza and get my rewards. But there's one in Beaufort by the Mall of Georgia. Okay. So, not that far of a drive, especially compared to downtown Atlanta.
Yeah, I bet. Real talk. I never been there.
Oh yeah, it's a decent, I won't say necessarily decent. I mean, if you like pizza, I think you're gonna like this restaurant. Fun fact about Blaze Pizza. LeBron James. Shout out to that man. LeBron James. Back in 2012, he and some other people invested about $1 million in Blaze Pizza. And today, in 2021, according to Black Wealth Crew, is worth way more than $40 million.
Man, great ROI on that investment.
For real. So shout out to LeBron and them folks over at Blaze Pizza because y'all keeping the boy fed over here. You know what I'm saying?
I gotta try it. I never. Okay, so compared to, because me, I like the usual Pizza Hut or Marco's.
Yeah.
Compared to them, what you think?
Okay, so what I would say with Blaze is like, it's definitely not along the lines of Pizza Hut or Marco's. It's kind of like a cross between, I would say, CC's Pizza to where you could get like personal, like it's mostly dealing with personal pizzas for one individual. And they also have like cheesy bread and stuff like that. But I think they do full pies. I'm not 100% sure. I've never gone to get a full pie because it is a little on the pricey side. So LeBron, I'm gonna need you to do a little something with the prices, bro. No, I'm just kidding. But not really. But yeah, it's. I think when you get to the counter and you order a specific pizza, they have like a whole bunch of toppings in front of you, like they do at Subway. So if you order like a specialty pizza or a plain cheese pizza, you can add certain toppings. Like if you want, I guess they have arugula, oregano, pepperoni, of course, mushrooms, onion, peppers, just a whole bunch of different toppings at the counter, and you can just put on whatever you want, and different sauces you can add too.
That is like plus, because I just found out that Pizza Hut, well, at least the one that I go to, they don't even do personal pans anymore.
Really?
So yeah, man. I mean, so that might actually be the move, because you don't always want a whole pizza. Sometimes you just want you a couple slices, man. You know
for real.
Okay.
And you know what? They're not sponsoring us, so Yeah,
you're right. Right.
No, but I mean, I'm just saying, like, it's a chill spot. They're not sponsoring us, but I just wanted to kind of give my personal testimony about the restaurant, and I just wanted to shout out LeBron in that instance. So
and drop us off a couple of them M's, man. I'm saying,
right? You know what, LeBron? Come on, I'm supporting you and your endeavors with this business.
Come on, brother.
You already know I support you in the NBA. What's good with some of them M's, bro?
Yeah, man, them M&M's. You know what I'm saying?
But definitely shout out to Blaze Pizza. It's a great, little daytime date spot. You know what I'm saying? So if you ever want to go with your wife, I would say, take her.
Okay.
Y'all have a nice little experience there.
Okay, most definitely.
Yes, sir.
Well, speaking of dates, have you heard about your girl Justine Scott?
I've heard a lot of things about Justine Sky, but wait, I don't want to say that she's my girl.
Well, well, not like that, but as someone who is a girl,
right?
Like, of her.
Of course, she's on the list. she's on my list.
So apparently, she had a little situation. And she had a story on IG Live, that she was giving out apparently, and she caught her ex. Giveon, and apparently he was cheating on her, and I don't know if you heard about any of this or seen any of this.
Yes, I saw the live, and I heard the story that she was telling. It's crazy. Let's just, I'm going to insert some clips just so that people can take a listen.
Okay.
I'm like, wait, what are you doing later? And he's like, like I'm going out with some friends, blah, blah, blah. Meantime, like the whole time I know what he's doing later, but I'm just asking him. I'm giving him many opportunities to kind of be like honest, you know, because like I get it, we're humans, like we fuck up, blah, 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 whatever, but be fucking honest, bro. Like at this point, it's just out of fucking pocket. Anyway, so he's like lying. He's saying like I'm going out with friends, blah, blah, blah. Like an hour later, the girl's like, I'm here. And I'm like, holy shit, it's getting real. Like shit's really fucking going down right now. The girls are on the fucking FaceTime. I'm like, shit, what do I do? Like, do I call him? I call him. Doesn't answer. Call him again. Doesn't answer.
Wait. You're skipping over the details. Go slow.
Oh, yeah, whatever. He told me I had a show that night. I had a show the next day.
Where?
In Atlanta. I had a show in Atlanta. I'm in Atlanta. I said that. I'm in Atlanta. I had a show the next day, and he was just like, yeah, go to sleep. Like, you have a show tomorrow. Like, get some rest. Boom. Obviously, because he was about to do some fuck shit. So then, he's like, yeah, he tells me I love you, yeah, whatever. That's what niggas do. So then, the girl pulls up. I call him. He's not answering. I'm like, I'm not feeling too well. I just wanted to hear your voice before, like, I went to sleep. And then he's like, oh, babe, like, I'm out right now. It's really loud. I'm wavy. First of all, this man does not drink. So he's like, are you wavy off of one glass of wine? Like, are you out of your mind? Anyway, I already know this all cap because, like, I see it. I'm looking at his phone. Like, I see what he's doing. The girl just pulled up. So I'm just, like, I'm just like, call me, bro. Like, just call me. Like, I'm giving you so many opportunities. So then he's just like, I'm wavy, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then I just let it rip. I say, my friend just saw you go up to your room with a girl. No response from him. Complete silence from him. But I have his phone, so I see him texting everybody. I see him texting his best friend. I'm seeing him text his people. And he's like, oh, I fucked up. No response to me, though. And I already knew he shit his pants.
There's a lot to that story. If you want the full story, go ahead. I believe it's on Justine's Instagram page. I mean, you could check out the live and everything like that for yourself. I don't want to put the whole clip in here, so go ahead and check the video out and come to your own conclusion.
That's it.
Come to your own conclusion regarding what happened between these two. In all honesty, I mean, I care, but I don't care because I care that she is now a free agent. Mm-hmm. You feel me? But I don't care because I don't even know who Giveon is, to be honest. Mm-hmm. Some of our listeners might flame me for that. I don't think I've ever heard of this man's music. Mm-hmm. In all honesty, I don't really listen to the radio much anymore. Right. Because I'm constantly listening to podcasts now.
Understandable.
Which is what you guys should do a little bit more of, especially this one right here. But yeah, man, I can't say that I know any of Giveon's songs. I can't name any of them off the top of my head.
Neither can I. I've definitely heard of the name before. I've seen him on a song, but I just can't remember the song. But other than that, I don't know much about the brother. It's truly unfortunate of the situation that they had. But I mean, like, you make your bed, you gotta lay in it.
Yeah.
And apparently that's what the situation looks like. Anytime I hear about cheating, bro, it breaks my heart. I don't want to hear that.
Same here.
So,
moral of the story for all my fellas out there, make sure that if you're gonna have mirroring on, from your cell phone to another cell phone or from your cell phone to like an iPad, you know how like iMessage mirrors on all your Apple devices.
Yeah.
Make sure you're smart about that and make sure you don't leave them at your girl's crib.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is.
Even though I don't condone cheating, I'm not telling you a way around the situation that Giveon probably could have gotten away with, but
hey, black men don't cheat.
Black men don't cheat.
So, I love that saying, like, because it can be used in so many different ways. It's like telling you, but it's also telling the people that we don't cheat.
Facts. I've never cheated a day in my life.
Man, I don't think I have either. Let me make sure. Let me cross my T's and dot my I's.
Definitely not in relationships, but in school a few times maybe.
Your old school teacher watching this. She's saying, "I knew it.
Hey, if any of my teachers are watching this, I never cheated in your class. It was another teacher's class, just not yours.
But yeah, man. I hope the best for them, and I really do, pray for healing for the both of them, because I mean, that in itself, I mean, we gotta start to fix this, man. We gotta start to fix, like we was talking about a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago, but a couple episodes ago. It wasn't even a couple. It was the last one where we spoke about just how, my brothers need to think long term when it comes to these relationships, and just, what you're putting in and you're gonna get out, and we gotta do better.
Think with the head up top, not the head down the bottom.
Come on, brother. I mean, it's so simple, but we make it harder than what it has to be.
You ain't lying, because man, like, I don't know, man. I can't even really speak too much on it. I don't have much experience. I don't have any experience cheating, really.
Just know that you gotta understand that it's hurt when you do that. That's a selfish act. That you're only thinking about yourself. So you gotta think about the other person and then what it may do to them. Like, yeah, they may get over it, they may get stronger, but that does something to someone when you do that to them, and it does something to yourself.
Yeah.
So just start to think about everything that happens in the decision that you make in that temporary moment of pleasure.
Yo, because even in the live, like, Justine kept saying that she was giving this man opportunities to come clean with her.
Yeah.
Multiple opportunities. And even if he came clean, like, Lord only knows what would have happened.
Yeah.
If he just told her the truth. Maybe, I don't know, maybe she would have forgiven him. I don't know.
Yeah.
I've forgiven somebody for cheating once.
Mm-hmm. It's tough.
It is very tough, and that was a long story. I'm not going to go over that story now, but I understand. I definitely understand.
Yeah, me too. So, prayers for them.
Speaking of people we need to pray for.
Oh, Lord.
Man, a part of me wishes that we were way past this situation.
Uh-huh.
And another part of me just wants to get down to the truth.
Yeah.
Right? I believe that people are innocent and proven guilty in certain circumstances.
Mm-hmm.
Especially this one. Tory Lanez and Meg Thee Stallion.
Oh my God!
I pretty much forgot about this whole situation because it wasn't in nobody's minds, but the preliminary court hearing was last Tuesday, December 14th, and there was a whole bunch of, not a whole bunch, but there were a few bombs that were dropped during that court hearing.
Yeah.
And somebody's lying, man. Somebody's not being honest. Somebody's not telling the truth.
Yeah.
Because there's his side, there's her side, and there's the truth.
Yeah.
I don't know who's capping, who's not. Neither one of us were there.
No, we weren't. So we only can speculate. But I do know that this too is like, I heard this a long time ago. But they was like, first and foremost, this happened a while back, right?
Yeah.
So it's like when you give time to, like, when you're telling a story of something that happened in the past, that story is never 100% accurate to how it actually happened. You often miss details or you mess up details because that's just the way that you think about it. We're going through so many different things. These are celebrities at that, so they going through probably who knows how much stuff. So it's like their stories are just, it's something in there that's like, oh man, it's not how it exactly went that night. And, I don't know how that really works in court. I ain't never really been to court. Don't ever really want to plan on going to court. So I don't know how that works.
The only time I ever been to court was because of jury duty. I wasn't selected, but I had to go just in case, just to see if they would select me or not. But I had to take a day off of work, and it was interesting. It was an interesting day.
And did they pay you for getting to work though?
They paid me.
Okay, cool.
So, not bad.
Yeah.
But that's the only time I ever had to go to court.
Okay.
I never want to go to court for anything else. But that's neither here nor there. So, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I do hope that, this whole case and everything that's going on, that they can come to some solution. I guess if somebody deserves some jail time, I hope they get it. I don't want to say that, but
then again, I understand where you're coming from. Like, for real, whoever is not telling the truth,
yeah,
something's got to happen.
Yeah.
when Meg first said that Tori was the one who pulled the trigger and hit her, right? I believed her at first because I'm like, okay, well, I wasn't there.
Yeah.
So she got to be telling the truth, right? But then there was some inconsistencies in her story. One of them being the fact that I think it was in one IG Live or something, she said she was walking away from the car.
Like, everybody in the car, it's only 4 muggers in the car. Me, you, my homegirl, and your security. Everybody in the car arguing. I'm in the front seat. This nigga in the back seat. I get out the car. I'm done arguing. I don't want to argue no more. I get out. I'm walking away.
Her back was turned. But then all of a sudden she said that like she saw him
from out the back seat of the car, start shooting me. You shot me.
Like, listen, if we look at this article here by Double XL magazine, right? They posted information from the preliminary court hearing, and there was a witness who just happened to be a few moments later. There was a police detective that took the stand at the preliminary trial by the name of Detective Ryan Stogner. Forgive me if I butchered his name, but the detective testified based on Megan's account that she saw Tori holding a firearm and observed him shooting at her. But in Meg's own words, she was walking away from the vehicle. Her back was turned.
I get out the car. I'm done arguing. I don't want to argue no more. I get out. I'm walking away. I'm walking away.
I'm walking away.
So if your back was turned, according to this article, it was around 4:30 in the morning on July 12th, 2020. So 4:30 a.m. is pitch black outside, right? Whatever street lights were around, sure couldn't have lit the inside of the SUV they were in. Also, everybody was intoxicated. They were leaving a pool party. Did she really see him aiming the gat and pulling the trigger?
Who knows?
Right. Now, I'm not saying that she's lying because there were 3 other people in the vehicle other than Megan, of course. So you have Tory Lanez, you have Megan's ex-best friend Kelsey, and then you have Tory's bodyguard, I believe. So far, we've heard some accounts from Megan, some accounts from Tory, nothing really from Kelsey, and nothing really from the bodyguard. And I guess that's what everybody's waiting on for the trial for. But I don't know, man. If Tory's guilty, I feel like he deserves whatever's coming to him. However, I feel like if Meg is not telling the truth here, I feel like she deserves whatever's coming to her as well.
Yeah.
Because accountability has to fall on somebody here. Somebody's lying. Somebody's not telling the whole truth.
Right.
Somebody's just, I don't know. Something's got to give. Like, we need to know the truth. Right. I mean, we don't really need to know. Nobody truly cares. But the one thing I care about the most, and this is why I guess I wanted to speak about this, is the fact that when Meg came out and said that he shot her, everybody was so quick to cancel Tory, especially the women. Everywhere you went on Black Twitter and Black Instagram, Black social media, period, all the women wanted to cancel Tory.
Yeah.
Without hearing either side. Like, they didn't even want to hear what he had to say.
Yeah, that's true.
They just strictly believed her. It's like, believe all women. And we know that that can be dangerous.
Very.
So that's just my stance on it. I don't want to believe either person.
Yeah.
Until the trial is over with and they find one of them guilty or not guilty, whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
So.
But like you said, it's always 3 sides to a story. That person's side, the other person's side, and then the truth.
Yeah.
So that's hopefully throughout this whole trial, you know, that they come down to a solution and they get the truth out. In the end, that's what we want.
Yep. So can't wait for that.
Starts in January.
That it does. So I mean, it's right around the corner.
Yeah, that's not really the way I would want to start the year off, but
Yo, by that point, I mean, everything happened already a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So I mean,
But that's the problem too. Is like it's been so long since it happened. It's no way that they just know every single detail.
Yeah.
Or they're gonna be able to at least say it exactly how it happened. Like, no, I don't know. I just don't want to go to court. That's all. That's all. I don't want to go to court. But yeah, man. Lord have mercy. Well, prayers to them as well. We'll send some prayers out for them.
Definitely.
But
who else do we need to pray for, Mike?
I think we need to send some prayers out to DJ Academics.
Why Academics?
Well, y'all also know DJ Academics. He's what would you call him? Social media personality?
Yeah.
Influencer?
I mean, he got his start on YouTube from what I recall. I mean, I used to watch his YouTube channel years ago.
Yeah.
Before he ever reached millionaire status.
Yeah. So DJ Academics, apparently he was on a show and a woman allegedly got the strap.
What?
Out her person. She wanted the spray, I guess. It's pretty much nowhere to put it cleaner than that. And what I'm seeing is looking like they were a little intoxicated.
Yeah.
So emotions are high. You know what I always say, when emotions are high, thinking is low. So therefore, you're gonna more so be reacting versus thinking things through.
What show was Academics on, Mike?
He was a part of the show Fresh and Fit.
Who?
They're known for having some drinks and just having fun, open dialogue.
That name sounds very familiar.
Well, you already know those guys.
We are better than you niggas. Period.
They've created a culture.
They did.
And,
I think we talked about them before, man.
Sounds familiar, huh?
And of course, Auburn Preach, they have a channel to where they actually critique other videos. Like they do video responses, right? So they did one to a Fresh and Fit episode that they were featured on, right? But for Fresh and Fit to respond the way that they did, man, it was definitely uncalled for. And like you said, if you're not guilty, you're not going to respond like that.
Yeah. Just seemed a little off in my opinion, or just something that it didn't need that much attention to. You would have been,
right.
You would almost dismissed it if it was like, oh man, I'm not even about to mess with that. But it was like, he got a little loud. He got a little loud.
For those of y'all who don't know, go back and check out episode 1 of the Residual Impact podcast, What's Happening Now, where we definitely touched on some other fiasco.
What did he say?
From the Fresh and Fit podcast. Now, I will say, this is not to throw any dirt on those brothers' names at all.
No, we don't like that.
I will say that I did used to listen to Fresh and Fit often.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I felt like they were very entertaining with their antics, even though their most popular videos are not of them like really helping young men out the way that they claim. Their most popular videos are of them kicking their female guests off the show.
Yeah.
So I think that's actually how I found out about them, like earlier in the spring or something like that. I think they were kicking a girl out, and things got pretty heated.
Yeah.
So I think the same thing happened this time around when Academics was on the show. There was an argument that ensued between this young lady who was on the show and Academics, and things got a little heated. And when she was being asked to leave the set, she grabbed her purse and unzipped the bag and started reaching in the bag, apparently looking for something. And again, we weren't there.
Nope.
But there is some video footage. There's not much clear video footage of what she pulled out the bag, but some of the people that were there saying that she had the strap on her. You know what I'm saying? She was ready to tell everybody to duck down. You feel me? I mean, it's Florida. They're a carry state, just like Georgia.
They are a carry state.
So, I mean, they giving out guns to everybody like driver's licenses. You feel me? Like, anybody can get one.
And, after just watching the video, like I said, clearly there was a bunch of alcohol involved. And because Academics was spilling his drink everywhere.
And I think that man was on Henny. Like,
Oh, he definitely was on Henny because even during the whole argument, you know, when when they started to remove the young lady, this man went to pour up again. He was like, I ain't had enough yet. He want to pour what he just spilled a little bit over the table. So I mean,
dang.
Yeah,
anything can happen, ladies and gentlemen.
Anything is possible. But yeah, it looks like just a lot of drama, and you know, and that's the culture of their show. It seems like I don't watch a lot of Fresh and Fit. I've seen only a couple episodes. And, you know, I like what those brothers have created for themselves as far as that lane of you know, creating a podcast, creating a platform that educates people in such ways as being fit. I didn't know about them until they started bringing on like women, you know, talking about women and different stuff. But I've seen some educational episodes where they brought some pretty influential people to, you know, give it good advice on relationships and stuff like that.
Right.
But
Alba and Preach were on the show.
Yeah.
Our boy Otter of Kicks was on the show.
Kevin Samuels was on the show.
Yeah. I believe Robert Kiyosaki.
The Roommates.
Yeah, the Roommates podcast was on their show.
It was on the show. That's the one where I got a lot of info from. I thought old boy he really gave a lot of good advice. But it's like it seems like they like to put a lot of women around people, and then they also invite the drama.
Because they know that having all those women around is going to get them views.
Yeah.
Exact the same way. I mean, if we did the same thing, like think about it. If we had a bunch of young, attractive IG models and OnlyFans girls sitting around this table while we're having a podcast, of course, we got the cameras on.
Yeah.
And we had each of them talking, telling their stories and shouting out their Instagrams and stuff like that. So some of the viewers that we have, not saying that you guys are thirsty, but if we started bringing those women to the table, we would start to attract more thirsty viewers who would just watch just to see the models.
Yeah. But then again, that's tough because it's like, then what is your message really about? Is it about these girls?
That is a great question, bro, because in all honesty, like some of their self-help videos or some of their videos that are aimed towards directly helping young men, they get like 20-something to 40-something, maybe even 50-something thousand views on it. But when they bring those IG models and OnlyFans girls out and they interview all of them, bro, their views are in the 100,000s. 100,000s.
That's understandable. Typically, I mean, in general, women get more clicks. Like, that's just a given. If you look at a woman's IG, it's always more popular than a man's IG.
That's true.
Women just get more clicks, and especially if you got women that are in that OnlyFans space, and you put it in the title, that's kind of like clickbait. People go, well, it ain't even clickbait. Some men just want to click on it and see what they're talking about. So,
that is true.
You know, that's how that works, I guess. I understand they trying to get the algorithm to go in their favor,
and it's definitely helped them out a lot. I'm not gonna lie, like their strategy has worked.
Yeah.
But that's really what they became known for. They became known for having a whole bunch of women around their round table and having discussions with them. And for the most part, it's not even like real like intelligent discourse or anything like that, like healthy back and forth. It's mostly like, oh, this is what men do, this is what women do, and how do you guys feel about that? Did you guys know that? Did you ladies know that? And then the women argue, and then the men argue with the women. And it's just like kind of back and forth, which can also be entertaining, but toxic at the same time.
Yeah, that's true. Especially when you mix alcohol in it.
Boy.
So.
Yeah, because I see that Henny bottle at the table, man. Like, come on, everybody had red cups.
And it wasn't that small one. It was that big one, you know what I'm saying? That they keep in the back that you like, yo, can I get that one? Like, yo, you sure you know?
Right.
So, yeah, man.
So.
a lot of drama.
Yo, speaking of drama, did you hear about how they was copyright striking a lot of YouTube creators?
What you talking about, brother?
Bro, they was handing out copyright strikes left and right for any smaller YouTuber and even some big YouTubers that were critiquing their content. And by critiquing, I mean reacting to. Like, you know how there's some reaction channels on YouTube? I mean, heck, you can consider our YouTube channel somewhat reaction-based.
Yeah.
Because we talk about certain topics and we react to them, right?
That's true.
So what they were doing is Fresh and Fit were sending copyright strikes to a lot of YouTubers. One of the main ones that I know of, I think got it first, was the YouTube channel Playback. right? Playback had a few copyright strikes from Fresh and Fit because Fresh and Fit were going back with Playback for a while, like back and forth. So when we made the episode What's Capping It Now, there was the main beef between Fresh and Fit and Abba and Preach. However, Playback was also in the mix of that. And Playback is a channel with two gentlemen on there, Agent 00 and Legend of Winning. I watch their channel every once in a while. I'm not, too familiar with those brothers, but from what I've seen, they deliver great content. They're a reaction channel. So they react to a lot of videos, some of them being Fresh and Fit content. And one of them was a recent video to where Walter, aka Fresh, had I think he was talking about this woman he was dating recently, but allegedly this woman was a sugar baby and Walter was her sugar daddy. I don't know the full story. I wasn't really trying to pay attention to all of that, but Playback did a video on it, and before I could even watch it, it got taken down because of the copyright strike. Like Fresh and Fit really didn't like that video. Like Playback called them out because Fresh was talking about that was his girl, but Playback was like, no, that's a sugar baby. She was on a sugar site and you were paying her money to kick it with you. Like you were giving her money and all that. And it wasn't just like, oh, I'm going to take you out on a date, blah, blah, blah. Like, no, he was depositing money in her Venmo, like big bags, like big amounts. And like Playback was also calling out the cat of Fresh, who was talking about how he had 1,000 bodies. Yeah, he said he smashed at least 1,000 women. Okay. Which I don't see that as an accomplishment.
I don't either. I don't either.
That's.
I hope you've been checked out, brother.
That's definitely not an accomplishment, brother. But I remember listening to a clip of Myron, aka Fit. He was talking about how Fresh and Fit were former geeks. They were former nerds before they came up in the YouTube space, and they never really got women like that. But when they started blowing up on YouTube, they started, their body started adding up. And Fresh was talking about Myron was talking about how he was in the triple digits when it came to how many women he had been with. And he said, well, Fresh is in the quadruple digits.
Stop the cap. Boy, ain't no way, boy.
And Playback called Cat. A lot of YouTube creators call Cat on that because just looking at Fresh, and I'm not trying to clown this brother. I'm not. Like, I don't believe it. I call Cap on that as well. But then again, I don't live his lifestyle. I'm not there. Speaking as a gentleman who considers himself somewhat of a nerd, I mean, as Abba said it, Fresh is like 28 years old, going on 80. So, I mean, and that's not just about looks, but that's also about the way he acts. I mean, he's kind of immature from what I've seen, but then at the same time, like, the man just looks lost when, they're doing the podcast. Like, Myron does all the talking and Fresh just cosigns. I'm not here to, bash these brothers, but this is just what I've observed. And because of a lot of content creators who have, like, kind of critiqued some of their content, Fresh and Fit were giving out copyright strikes too, and they were trying to get people's channels taken down, and they got a lawyer involved. They was like, yo, we'll lawyer it up, and we're going to hit you where it hurts, in your pockets. You come after us, we're going to hit you where it hurts.
It is true. The 3 iconic videos that we had on the channel about Fresh and Fit, exposing them, one almost hit 1 million.
Word.
They're now gone off the channel.
You copyright striking 3 of our videos means that our channel could have gotten permanently terminated. For your reporting of our fair use reaction to your hypocrisy, you were willing to terminate our channel. All that is besides the point. You know you fucked up. You admitted that you fucked up on the internet multiple times this year.
Yeah.
You haven't changed whatsoever. Reality is you guys is dog shit people. You're the exact type of people we like to laugh at and make a point of, because hopefully our audience never grows to become anything like you. Your show is entertainment for people. You and sometimes your guests sit there and crash and burn. People sit there and laugh because it is a disaster of a show they're watching. Every conversation is toxic and doesn't help propel anything forward but your own pockets.
But the thing about that is some of these channels that they hit were not just smaller channels, but they were huge channels. Like, of course, I mentioned Abba and Preach. Abba and Preach have way more than 1 million subscribers, right?
Right.
And they've been in the YouTube space for more than a decade. You also have Kevin Samuels, who has way more than 1 million subscribers. And I believe he got hit with some of the copyright strikes. There's a channel out there by the name of The Lead Attorney, right? The Lead Attorney just hit 100,000 subscribers. However, this man is a lawyer. So he was calling BS on a lot of the stuff that they were hitting him with, because everything that these content creators used Fresh and Fit's content for was falling under the category of fair use. Like with us, we use certain people's clips when we talk about certain stories. Mm-hmm. We're also protected under fair use. There are very few, like there are several stipulations regarding the fair use of other people's content. Like, for starters, you can't take somebody's entire video, put it on your channel, and just call it your own. No, that's complete plagiarism.
Right.
And you will get flagged for that.
Right.
But if you're doing a reaction to somebody's content, you are allowed to use a certain amount of that person's original content to critique it. For it to fall under the category of fair use, you have to transform the original content. And that's kind of like what YouTube calls it. It has to be transformative.
Okay.
So you have to take that clip that you have to take that content that you're reacting to, and of course not use the entire thing, but you can use a certain segment of that content. Mm-hmm. You can break it down, come up with your own thoughts, ideas, and opinions on that particular content. Mm-hmm. And I believe as long as you're giving that original content creator credit for the piece that you're critiquing, you should be fine.
Yeah.
There are definitely more, guidelines to kind of use, fair use when it comes to uploading videos like that on YouTube. But according to what Abba and Preach said, they received at least 20 copyright strikes against them from Fresh and Fit. So Abba did a video a couple weeks ago, and he was talking about how because Abba and Preach have a large channel, Abba said once you reach a certain mark in the YouTube space, like once you reach a certain plateau, you can get a YouTube rep. So they have a YouTube representative. So Abba and Preach reached out to YouTube, and YouTube said, all those copyright strikes were like, not, they didn't say they were false, but they were like, every video that they received a copyright strike from Fresh and Fit falls under the category of fair use. Mm-hmm. So those videos will remain on YouTube, and they will not be counted against Abba and Preach. Mm-hmm. Also, with that, if you get 3 copyright strikes from YouTube, your channel can be removed from the space. Mm-hmm. Abba and Preach got hit with 20. But if it wasn't for them arguing it with YouTube, and Abba credited like everything to their fans and their followers and stuff like that on Twitter, on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, Abba said if it wasn't for the people like blasting, not blasting YouTube, but like spamming YouTube with these allegations and how Fresh and Fit were doing this to other content creators, Abba said YouTube would not have gotten to it in, the time that they did. Like they wouldn't have reacted to it as quickly as they did. So I don't know. I mean, this is all a mess. Like, again, there's 2 sides to every story. His side, her side, and the truth. Right. In this case, it's mostly men. So his side, and the truth.
Yeah.
What do you think about this, man? Because it's a lot. And even trying to break this down, it's a lot. Because, boy, I kind of struggled, even though I know what's going on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, just as far as what you told me, I mean, I can understand the Fair Use Act. It's kind of like similar to just back in school. Like how when you have a paper that you had to do, you typically would go and do some research from something else you've seen, whether it be a a paper someone else read previously or an article you read, but you would never take everything that you read from that article that you got research on. No, you would take a piece of it, put it into your paper, but you would cite it at the end to show, hey, this is where I got it from. Mm-hmm. I'm not taking it from them, but it is a part of my paper. It's going to give me that link. And then you're going to say, hey, this is what I did. This is where I got it from. And, you're giving them their credit as well. So to me, that's what it seems like this whole Fair Use Act is. And from Abba and Preach side, I've watched a lot of their videos. They never just take a whole video or whatever and just say that. Nah, like they'll tell you, hey, they'll literally start off with their own thing, give you some background info, and they'll like give their reaction to it. And they always transform it in my eyes.
Yeah.
So I don't think that they are like misusing their power or anything like that. So I don't understand why they got so many copyright strikes on them. And I feel sorry I don't feel sorry. Because the truth, like you say, the truth gonna come out. Mm-hmm. So whoever's telling the truth, that's who gonna win in the end. So I don't know what Fresh and Fit got going on. I don't know who hurt them. I think somebody really got to them and they hurt them. And I'm wondering if it had started off from early on in the year.
I think so, because like you just said, you don't know who hurt them.
Yeah.
I think Abba and Preach hurt them when they had that initial dispute months ago, back in August.
Yeah.
They lost so many subscribers. I think they lost like 15 or 20,000 subscribers, all because channels like Playback and Abba and Preach called them out on their BS.
Yeah.
And so many people stopped listening to them. Not gonna lie, that was around the time I stopped listening to them too. So I was included in that. So many people stopped listening to Fresh and Fit. So many people stopped watching them. So many people unsubscribed from their channel, and there was a lot of women calling them out on their behavior.
Yeah.
So, I mean, it's just all of that evidence, like pretty much it hit them where it hurt. So much so that they had to jump on a live stream. Fresh and Fit jumped on a live stream to, I guess, tell all. They had to share their side of the story in depth. Come up with this lame apology that wasn't even an apology. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, man. They lost the respect of a lot of people. So to answer the question, who hurt them? I think Abba and Preach and Playback's channel hurt Fresh and Fit quite a bit.
Hurt people.
True indeed. And I think that's exactly why Abba and Preach got so many copyright strikes against them from Fresh and Fit compared to everybody else.
Yeah.
It was personal.
Yep. Like I said, the truth will come out in the end. So I hope that they could just come to a resolution, man. If somebody did misuse their content, then hey, yes, they deserve it. I hope whatever restitution they get, then they're able to get it. But all the other people that they're trying to put blame on, man, and if it's not true, leave them alone. Just come on, man. They still got a lot of subscribers, don't they?
They do. But here's the kicker. If Fresh and Fit have been abusing the copyright strikes against other YouTube creators, like if they've been abusing that privilege, they can get kicked off of YouTube for good.
Oh, dang.
When this story initially broke, a little more than 7 days ago, as of us recording this episode today, YouTube gave Fresh and Fit and their lawyer 7 days to either retract all the copyright strikes that they gave out or be prepared to stand their ground and be able to prove that all of those copyright strikes were needed, like they were necessary and they were legit. Because if they're not found to be legit, if they're found to be like abused, like if Fresh and Fit have been found to, be like really power hungry and abusing the ability to copyright strike other creators who have used their content and it was actually under fair use, then Fresh and Fit can be kicked off of YouTube. And if they decide to create another channel and somebody snitches on them to YouTube will say, hey, we've already deleted your channel once, get off our platform again. And they'll cancel them again. They'll kick them off one more time.
Well, hey, I mean, that's how it is. I mean, if you lying, you're going to get what it is that you're lying about. Like you kind of get what you give. So
Yeah.
I think that's what it's gonna show. And if they telling the truth, then hey, they'll be all right. But like I said, only time will tell, and we'll see what happens.
Yo, prayers to all those gentlemen. Let's just wait and see what happens. But
Yeah.
I say all of that to say we need to really start thinking about the words that we use. We need to really start thinking about how often we lie, how often we tell the truth. A lot of times we think, a lie is not going to hurt anybody. It'll be all right. I just need to cover my own skin, whatever have you. You know what I'm saying? But what a lot of us don't realize is that once you lie, you have to continue lying to keep up with that initial lie.
That's true.
So just thinking about everybody's story that we talked about today, between Fresh and Fit, Meg and Tori, Justine and Giveon. There's so many people who've been telling their stories in each of these cases, but somebody lying in each one of them.
That's the problem. So, what does this tell us? Is the lie worth it, or is it worth it to just start off with the truth? Now, none of us are perfect. We know. We all have had moments where we have said a lie, and it probably in the end you was like, dang, I probably should have just told the truth. In the end it would have worked out. Cause I know me, I suck at lying. Anytime I lie, it's like, bro, I might as well just have told the truth. Cause my face, my expressions, everything on me done already told the truth for me.
Yeah.
Cause it's like, you don't even, when you tell a lie too, it's weird. I don't know if this is just for me. Like, it's something in you that's just like, it jumps. It's like, dang, I know I just lied right there. And I think that's like an internalness, like just trying to like guide you back in the right direction. And for me, it's like, dang, like, all right, I need to just tell the truth. So,
Yep.
Lord, I hope that we can encourage y'all to just tell the truth up front. Not to try to be deceitful or anything like that. Because in the end, I think you only do more harm to yourself. You make it worse. You dig a bigger hole for yourself, and it's just not worth it.
Yo, but I guess people understand that drama is what brings attention.
Yeah.
Drama puts you in the public eye a lot more.
Yeah.
Well, especially when it comes to celebrities or influencers.
Yeah.
When it comes to everyday people like us, when we lie, well, let me not say that, because if you and I were to lie, especially on this platform, we have people who listen to us.
Right.
So it's not just going to affect us. It's going to affect everybody else who listens to us. Like they're probably going to think of us in a certain light, especially when the truth comes out.
Yeah.
And I guess off the podcast and when we're not recording, then it's possible that some of our lies, I'm not going to say they don't matter, but they kind of don't matter because it depends on who we're lying to. Some lies actually are okay.
Boy, if you don't get...
And let me explain. I feel like the lies that are okay are the ones that you can tell if you're about to surprise somebody. Because if it's a surprise, you can't really tell them because it's a secret. They're not supposed to find out yet.
Right.
But you got to keep lying in that situation to keep that person from finding out.
Right.
Like, I'm bummed when it comes to surprises in relationships. So, like, you said that you're not good at lying. I can't say that I'm bad at lying. I'm very good. And I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but I am very good at lying. I've had a lot of practice from when I was a child, and I got called out on a lot of my lies by my parents, and I blame parent-teacher conferences for that. And both my mom and my dad.
They ta-da-da-da up.
Yeah. Boy. My mom and my dad, man, they got me.
Oh, yeah.
Both of them got me. My mom got me first and was like, oh, here come dad. Dang it. So, yeah. But I'm good at lying. I had a lot of practice with that. And, when it comes to me surprising a significant other or surprising somebody in my family or even friends, I can lie and I can remember that lie and I can cover it up with another lie just so I can surprise. Because at some point I end up losing track. Right. I'd be like, yo, what lie did I tell last time? Like to cover up the 5 lies before.
No, it's real talk.
You know what I'm saying?
No, it's real talk. And I think, like you said, we all, none of us perfect, bruh. Like, we all have it. And I completely agree with you. Like, as far as, like, when it comes to telling, like, keeping secrets as far as trying to, like, hold a surprise. Like, I don't think there's nothing wrong with that. I think the intent behind that, I think that's what it boils down to. What is your intent behind it? Are you trying to help surprise someone, or are you just trying to be deceitful in the end? Trying to get away with something, trying to cover your tracks because you know you did something wrong.
Yeah.
Like, what is it? And I think that's what it boils down to. So, what is your intent behind lying? But what Charlamagne always say? He always talks about he says is, why tell the truth when the lie is more entertaining?
The lie is more entertaining. Like I said, I mean,
people don't want to hear the truth when the lie is more entertaining. I think that's how it goes. He said.
That makes a lot of sense, though.
Yeah, think about stuff to get clicks and stuff.
Yeah. There's a reason why the term clickbait exists. Mm-hmm. So many people use clickbait to get views, subscribers, whatever the case may be. Mm-hmm. We might start doing that. No, I'm just kidding. Or am I?
Stop the cap.
I mean, like, yeah, like, people gravitate towards lies.
But then it's like, what does that say about us? Like, I get it as to why it gets views and all that stuff, but what does that say about us? Like, why do we do that?
I mean, of course, like, we're addicted to the drama that comes with it, first and foremost. And then secondly, a lie, I guess, is much easier to believe than the truth in most cases. Or in certain cases. I won't say most. I'll say certain cases. A lie can be easier to handle than the truth. Think about it. I love the ladies that tune in to the podcast, but Mike, if your wife, and I don't know if you've ever had this conversation before, but if your wife came to you and said, honey, does this dress make me look fat? I'll use the age-old question. I'm sure a lot of us guys have been on the receiving end of that. I've been on a similar end of that. Not quite, does this dress make me look fat, but does this make my ass look fat? You know, that's the question I've gotten, and you just have to know who you're dealing with before you answer that. But Mike, have you been there with your wife?
Of course.
Okay, so if she came to you and said, honey, does this dress make me look fat?
You look beautiful.
Oh, hell no!
You look beautiful.
Bruh. Yeah. Bruh. Dog. Yeah. That was an amazing response.
Yeah.
Right? That was an amazing response.
Man.
I had to get up for a second. Because I wouldn't have even thought about that.
Yo, you look beautiful.
You can tell this man has had practice. He has had practice.
Man, what you mean? That's the only response, man. You look beautiful.
What if she keeps asking the question because you didn't give her the answer she was looking for?
Well, then, I mean, in that case, I'll be like, you know what, this is just what I think. This is my opinion. Then I'll ask her, what do you think you look like? You know, I'm trying to get her viewpoint and try to just reassure her, because she's going to probably come back to me with, well, I think I look, you know, I don't look good in this. Or I look fat in this. I'm like, you know, I'll reassure her that, you know, no, you don't look like that. And I mean, it's all about perspective, too.
Yeah.
So I try to just make sure my perspective is in the right place. And it's also about how you word things. So you just got to be mindful of that. And I've learned that. So yeah, you know, you look beautiful.
You look beautiful.
You look beautiful.
I'm gonna start using that on everything. I'm gonna start using that, like, straight up.
That's funny. That is funny.
Fellas, take notes.
Nah, for real though. For real though.
Oh man, but definitely, you know, if y'all can take anything from what we've said in this episode, just be honest.
Yeah.
As honest as you possibly can be. Like,
the lie is easier.
Be as truthful as you possibly can. Even though a lie is easier to handle, once you tell one lie, of course, you got to continue telling lie after lie after lie to back that up.
You do.
So do what's best for you. And hopefully that's not lying. You know what I'm saying? Like, hopefully what's best for you is telling the truth, because as the saying goes, the truth shall set you free.
It really will. That's not just a a great Bible quote. That's truth.
Facts.
For real.
Dead ass.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, that was lies versus the truth.
Yes, sir. Mike, what time of the show is it, man? What do we get into next, brother?
We get into that dessert. You already know. Speaking of dessert, I had some amazing cheesecake this week that, oh, man. Shout out to the Cheesecake Factory. I know y'all not sponsoring us for this, but y'all have some amazing cheesecake. Keep doing your thing.
Where's my slice?
It's at the Cheesecake Factory.
Bruh.
Apologize. It was a Christmas dinner.
But when you told me you were going,
yeah.
Right, first I asked if I was allowed to tag along, even though I don't work with you and your crew.
Yeah.
But I do support.
Oh, you do
the company.
Hey man, we appreciate it. You actually paid for dinner then. You helped pay for that dinner.
So I should have gotten my slice of cheesecake, bro.
But the cheesecake I had to buy on my own though. So you know, you paid for dinner. You didn't pay for the cheesecake.
Stop the cap.
I'll probably go get some of my own cheesecake.
Oh man, but yes, it's that dessert time, ladies and gentlemen. So
the question of the week from the last episode was, what impact do you want to leave on the world? Now, and before we get into the people's answers, I want to say that my impact that I would love to leave on the world is one where, not to be vain or anything, but I want to be considered a legend. Like, when you become a legend, you only live once, but you die twice. You die when you physically pass away, and then you die when people stop talking about you. There are people who have roamed this earth centuries ago, millennia ago, that people still talk about to this day because they are legends. I want to be one of them. I want to contribute something so amazing to this world that people do not forget me or what it is that I contributed, what it is that I brought to the world. And I don't mean to say that in a vain way. I'm talking about I want to do something so major that I help millions of people, that I help just so many, I can't even put a number on it, man, but I want to be well known in the aspect of like, yo, this brother really was here for a reason. I mean, we're all here for a reason. Do not get me wrong. But as we discussed in episode 16, you have a birth date and you have a death date. What you do in between that, that's your impact to the world. That's your contribution to the world. How you lived your life is your contribution to the world. And I don't want to waste my life doing nothing.
Message.
So that's the legacy that I want to leave behind.
that's dope. I actually felt that, B. Like, you meant that. Real talk. I like that. Because you think about it, there's people literally that we still talk about to this day that's been going forever.
Yeah.
Wow. I like that. Okay, well, mine's would be, can you repeat the question one more time?
What impact do you want to leave on the world?
The impact that I want to leave on the world is one that will help people keep going. I think that, life throws so much at us that tries to break us down. I think that we live in such a time where it is so easy for negativeness to overcome us and, put us into so many bad situations. You see mental health is on the rise, and just you hear about people doing harmful things to themselves, and all of this stuff. I think it stems from just the bad stuff that we don't take control of. Like, I feel like we are powerful human beings, but with that great power that we have comes great responsibility. And until we take control of it, which starts with yourself, starts with the inner work of yourself, you'll never be able to really go after the greatness and everything that, God has for you. So my impact would be to leave such an uplifting presence on this world that it'll help keep you going. So, like, you see, like, how you have people's videos on YouTube, or you hear, like, talks about them, and you'll listen and it'll touch something inside of you.
Yeah.
And it'll really encourage you and it'll make you think about something you weren't thinking about. And it'll just kind of give you that push and that nudge for that day.
Right.
To help you keep going. I think that's ultimately what I want to do and the impact that I want to leave on this world.
I like that.
Yeah, man. That's what I want to do.
Yeah, man, that's major.
Yeah, appreciate that, man.
No doubt.
So what is the answers of this week, B?
So the answers that we got from some of our viewers, first of all, thank you to those who did answer.
Yes, appreciate y'all.
So, from Misfit Blue, she said, I just want someone to see my life and know they can do it too.
Shout out to Misfit.
From our boy, The Roll Up, shout out to The Roll Up podcast. He said, to remind everybody that they are worth the second chance they are looking for. He also said, no matter where or how you got started, no matter who you were, you can always be better.
That's true. That's very true.
And last but not least, from Lissa Chen, she said, personally, an impact that she would like to leave behind would be for all people of color to stand together and protect one another against the effed up current America system.
Oh, I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I get it.
America with 3 Ks system. So
You're trying to fight the man.
hey, like Public Enemy said, fight the powers that be. You feel me? So, again, shout out to everybody who answered the question of the week from episode 16. Now, Mike, what is the question of the week for this episode?
All right. So the question for this week, ladies and gentlemen, is...
Drum roll, please.
Let's get it. How do you deal with someone in a position of power who wants to see you fail? Trying to bring you down.
And I feel like that is definitely an appropriate question for this episode because of the topics that we spoke about. Granted, like we said, there are 3 sides to every story. His side, her side, and the truth. And when it comes to a lot of lies that are being told, especially in Fresh and Fit situation, they put them copyright strikes out there because they wanted to see those channels taken down. They didn't like the criticism that they were receiving from other people. Now, they can dish it, but they can't take it because they also criticize other people's videos. They criticize other people's content, but they don't like for people to do it to them, which I don't get, but, you know, it's a classic case of you can dish it, but you can't take it.
That makes me think of like, I posted a video not too long ago on IG talking about just like the words you say are like a boomerang, and it goes out, but it's gonna come back to you, but it might not come back in the way that you sent it out. That seems like what it is. Like, it's just, they're literally receiving what they've been giving out.
Yeah.
And they don't like it.
They don't.
Wow. Be careful, ladies and gentlemen, because the words you might say, it may come back to you. So be okay with what you said.
Facts. So y'all already know how to answer that question of the week. Definitely hit us up on Instagram at Residual Impact Podcast, or you can leave a comment down below on this video and let us know your answer. Speaking of, shout out to all of our new subscribers on YouTube. We are now at 44. And also shout out to our new followers on Instagram.
I didn't even know that about YouTube. We're at 44?
44.
Wow. I remember we was at 41.
Celebrate the small wins, man.
Yeah.
Celebrate the small wins.
Wow, man. I really do appreciate y'all. And I even noticed, like, I looked on Instagram one day. I think we was at, what, 222? 224?
I think we're at 224 now, I believe.
Dude,
yeah.
I remember when we was at, like, 201, bro. Like, it literally within, like, a week or 2, maybe, we gained, like, 20-some followers, bro.
We're doing something.
Yeah, man. Like, we really are. Like, we doing something. So, hey, I appreciate that, y'all.
Definitely. We appreciate the love. And, you know, we certainly appreciate everybody who's listening right now and everybody who's watching us right now. We definitely appreciate y'all for tuning in.
Thank y'all.
And we will be back next week. No hiatus this time.
No hiatus.
We'll be back next week for episode 18. So stay tuned.
Yes, sir.
And again, I do apologize for not being able to upload content for last week. But, you know, it's all good. I will bless you guys with extra content soon to come. hopefully this week I'll get as much content knocked out as possible so I can give you video after video after video, and maybe even some more sound bites, or maybe we even do some more TikToks, whatever. Like, you know, we got to make up for lost times, and we definitely appreciate all of you guys who support us, and we're going to get it done.
We are.
So, you know, we cannot leave without saying,
where you are today is a residual outcome of the thoughts you had in the past.
Straight like that.
Till next time.
Peace.
Peace out.